YouTube about 10:30, 11 o'clock here, somewhere between that time. And just doing one of my daily spills. I have an idea pop into my head and I want to bring it to you all. And today, I want to talk to you about living, hold on, I want to make sure I get it right now. Living in uncomfortability. And for those of you who've been out there, you know that if you're looking for a life of abundance and, great things and different things like that, you have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Because on the other side of uncomfortability, if that's a word, uncomfortability, on the other side of that is where you'll find that life of abundance, prosperity, whatever it is you're looking for that you might think you've been missing out on, or you think, your life isn't fulfilled. And for a lot of us, getting uncomfortable is a scary feeling because we might be at a point of our lives to where we're able to maintain our day-to-days. We have a system in place to where it's almost like a routine to where, we're gonna do every day, day by day by day. And usually when you do something you're not familiar with or that gets you out of your routine, that brings on a feeling of being uncomfortable. But once you get comfortable with being uncomfortable, the world opens up. You know what I'm saying? Because now you're comfortable with facing whatever fears you might have had that stopped you from going to pursue, a new career or a new job. You know what I'm saying? You become comfortable with the fact of, this idea, this new business venture, this new, whatever it is that I'm pursuing. It's a possibility it could fail, but it's also a possibility that if I succeed in doing this, then I'm going to have more abundance in my life than I ever had before. You know what I'm saying? And it's all that getting comfortable with the idea of I have to be uncomfortable for a while to get comfortable, to get to the idea of where I'm more comfortable than where I'm at now. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you're in a position to where, you reach the pinnacle of your career or the pinnacle of your business, and you're at a level to where you can help others get comfortable, then by all means, I salute you and I respect you because that's the level most of us trying to get at today. Whether it's through working, running your own business, even doing YouTube. I was uncomfortable both times I, did my YouTube. The first time I did my videos and even now. But the more and more I do it, the more comfortable I am getting with being uncomfortable. And usually the uncomfortability comes from the fear of not knowing. I believe as human beings, it's, some of us ingrained that before we do something, we would like for it to be, the perfect outcome. You want the perfect timing, the perfect situation, the perfect equipment, whatever it may be. But I read something today that said, everybody has ideas, everybody got dreams, and, paraphrasing, everybody got, things they want to do. But the only difference is between the people who do and the people who don't is that the people who do, they actually do. Meaning they actually come up with the idea, get the process rolling, and get started, and, put it into action. The longer you sit there and think about the idea, ponder on it, procrastinate, then that takes even longer for you to get where you want to go. Like me, I've been wanting to do a restart a YouTube page now for probably about almost a year and a half now. And I recently got to the point where I just said, you know what, forget it, I'm gonna do it. My first video. And by doing it, I become more comfortable standing in front of the camera, talking to you all, expressing myself to you all, and hoping to gain more interaction, more traction. But the point of the matter is that instead of just sitting there thinking about it, I just actually went and did something. And when you actually put a plan into motion, that's when things start happening for you. That's when you start opening up those doors to, you know, people who you didn't know existed before, or places you didn't know you could possibly have a seat at. But to jumpstart all that, you have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like, being uncomfortable, once you get comfortable with being uncomfortable, you're almost unconquerable because there's nothing you're afraid of. Because when you're in that level of uncomfortability, then it's almost like a fight or flight type of deal. What's up, baby? How you doing? Okay. But yeah. So getting uncomfortable with being uncomfortable, that was my daughter walked by. But yeah, like once you get comfortable with being uncomfortable, then who knows what's available for you. Like, I think to the mind of people who might have been born in the city, but they move somewhere to where there's no, you know, they have no help, no outreach. And it's just them in this new city by themselves, being forced, you know, to make it on their own. They have nowhere to turn to for help, nowhere to turn to for support. And that's an uncomfortable situation, you know what I'm saying? If you're in a new city all by yourself, don't know uptown from downtown, east side from west side, you know, what hoods to go in, what hoods not to go in. That's a very uncomfortable situation. But in that uncomfortable situation, that's when you see people, you know, rise to their best. They out there grinding, working 1, 2, sometimes 2.5, probably even 3 jobs, you know, to make it work. Because the opportunities they have in that new city are far greater than the opportunities they had where they're from. It's just that, you know, they had to pull themselves up and get uncomfortable going to this new city. But once they got there and they got accustomed to it, got used to it, then that city became home, you know what I'm saying? But the first step in doing that, they had to get uncomfortable and get in the way. So, you know what I'm saying? When you become comfortable with being uncomfortable, you really don't fear anything. I mean, think about the people who first flew airplanes or, you know, did something for the first time. I'm pretty sure they was uncomfortable with it because it hadn't been done. But once they did it, I mean, they pretty much wrote their names in history books. And I ain't saying you gotta go out to break history or nothing like that, but you can rewrite your own history, rewrite your family history. Just get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Because, like I said earlier, on the other side of that uncomfortable feeling, I mean, the world will just open up for you. So, just wanted to give a little spiel about that today, you know, and keep saying that. You gotta get comfortable with being uncomfortable to get what you want in life. And I will see you later, YouTube.